And we're going to talk about your secret sauce. One thing I talked about is the two things that make me really excited because it's just fun is technology companies and also software service companies, especially with the whole intervention of AI, Web
Yeah.
3.0 coming. There's not a lot of people in that corner that's going to help you to do what you do in your secret sauce.
Yeah, no, my favorite things about what I do is products and digital transformation, right? So products is where I got my start, built my very first software as a service, helped me learn everything I needed to know in order to become a great, tech CEO, right? Some challenges, right? Of course, through any entrepreneur career, but through the end you get through it, right? But ultimately I've once you learn the software as a service side, you realize that software can do all these amazing other things for the business and help automate, improve business processes and these things. So that's the other end of the spectrum, the digital transformation. We really do want to help businesses get caught up to the 21st century and above, right? Get caught up with AI. So we're using our expertise now to help implement AI into products, help bring your website from the 1990s to 2025, and ultimately help revolutionize your business in a way that you probably never seen before, and do it in a way that gives you recommendations and you're not breaking the bank. So that's what I say is sort of our secret sauce. We're that trusted digital advisor for a lot of businesses and their brands.
And that's huge because you did it yourself. So tell a little bit of the story of you doing a software as a service.
Absolutely. So I started my first software as a service business back in 2015. We built some software and some robotics around product photography. So imagine, Neil, your e-commerce retailer. You've got hundreds of products you need to sell. Funny thing about the internet, you need product content, right? So if I have all these different photos and content, it was getting really unruly to manage all of these things. And especially if I don't have a big content team or budget, it was really hard for me to really have my e-commerce stores be on the same playing field as the Walmarts or Amazons of the world at that time. So we built some technologies around automating product photography, getting their content standards up to date. And so started that out as an accelerator at my university. They gave me my first $5,000. We built the prototype. We started forming the company, Delaware, out of C Corp out of Delaware. And then we started forming our initial advisory board of different mentors and mentees that, bought into the vision and what we're building. And that ultimately got us to our first angel round, our seed round, and then Series A, in which, we've grown the company, and we grew to about 20 or so employees. We went from prototype to version 1, then version 2, and that was our market launch version where everybody could come in. We weren't in a closed beta phase anymore. So that was sort of my story. I had my exit right around the beginning of 2020. The business was acquired by a company called Show Labs out of San Diego, and ultimately, after COVID, right, was like, what do I do with my life? World's ending. Kind of come from the top of the world to the end of the world in a short time span. But as things got better, I noticed that businesses were getting back. And it was incredibly important for me as someone whose father was an entrepreneur and mother was a nurse. This entrepreneurship drive and servitude really took over, and really wanted to help other business owners. So that's where UX Bright got its start, right around the tail end of 2020, where we started working with founders to help them get their businesses back in shape after the disastrous moment of COVID. So
That's
that's
wild.
where
Yeah.
everything started.
No, but
uh,
I think that the bottom line is you've done it. You've sat
right.
there, you figured out, you came up with a concept, you took it through. What was your background that you knew how to do that? Because a lot of people don't. Is
Well,
that
I've always been the rambunctious kid, engineering little kid. I used to always play with Legos. I used to take apart my Xbox and put it back together, and then my mom come out of nowhere and start yelling at me. But I started in my undergrad in computer science. Didn't like computer science too much. Actually switched over to manufacturing engineering, which is where I found my love, where I did automation, robotics, projects, and products. And so that's where that natural progression of the love of my own craft turned into me building an idea that I thought aligned super well with what I was doing. And I set this up to be okay. Once I graduate, I'm going into this. I wasn't looking at an internship at any other company. I was working full-time university and then full-time at my startup. And all the fun that comes with that still made it happen. So yeah,
That's fabulous, and that's the thing. You want to tinker, you want to do things. And what did you learn at UX Bright that is not being done when it comes? We talked about this before, coming up with a concept, and a lot of people do that concept. They don't consult with people. They don't look.
yeah.
What are the major learning experiences? I can tell you, like some of my major learning experiences another time. If you ever have me on your podcast, that basically what I've learned that I had to do with trial and error, and that's what all entrepreneurs have to do.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error. There was a point actually when I first started that I wasn't niched down. I started off just kind of being as a every guy web developer. Oh, you need WordPress, you need this. Yeah, I can do it all kind of thing. And then I started to understand, the people that I was talking to was a lot of different founders, people that are building businesses and digital experiences. And oftentimes it's not just the website that people got stopped at. It was okay, well, I don't actually really even know my brand and vision quite yet, or I'm still working on some things around marketing. And I keep seeing these recurring issues pop up of people wanting to complete the technical visions but not focusing on the other sides of the vision, the finances and those sort of things. So that's where it sort of evolved into becoming that partner for a software as a service founder, to where not only are we helping on the software and design side of things, but we're also providing some of that strategy and business and go to market pieces as well too. So you know exactly, hey, you're working with an experienced SaaS founder, somebody who knows how to deploy those types of products, and you're not going to run into the same pitfalls that you would with any other company. I think one of the things that differentiates us versus other folks is most most contractors or web developers, they're going to be transactional. They're going to look at some scope of work, and then they're just going to say, "Yep, here's the price, and let's do it." And you don't know what you're going to get in that project. But we really sit down with folks, help them understand the vision in and out, all the different project requirements, and make sure that you feel confident in what you're building, and that the results that you're getting from it are exactly what we agreed upon. So there's no, we're very transparent in our process, how we work, and the work doesn't stop after we write the last line of code or hit the ship button. We're always constantly keeping up with folks, and as you become up with new initiatives, we're looking at different ways that we can work with your product or operations to make that happen. So yeah, just being that dedicated tech partner, I think is something that people is missing. And yeah, we're super relational, right? We hate to be transactional. Obviously everything in life is transaction in some way, shape, or form, but no, we really do care about our people and what their vision. So product ownership, that's our value. We build it like it's ours. You won't find that with any other firm at all, really. Not the big Accenture or McKinsey firms. They'll
Yeah, absolutely. And that's definitely where's the best place people can find information on you, learn more about you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find us at uxbright.com, uxbrite.com. You can also check us out on LinkedIn if you ever want to get connected.
All right. That's a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the